Owning a James Francis Gill artwork is essentially owning a piece of pop art history. He is a protagonist of the pop art movement, in which over the decades of his impressive artistic career, he has created a rich variety of artworks, displayed in prestigious museums such as the Museum of Modern Art, the Whitney, New York, and the Art Institute of Chicago. Once a 12-year-old San Angelo Texan boy painting landscapes on his living room wall, he would go on to count Roy Lichtenstein, Robert Indiana, and Andy Warhol amongst his peers. As one of the last living pop art pioneers, his unique take on iconic imagery has been rediscovered and its place in art history reaffirmed. William Seitz, the late art scholar, described Gill's work as timeless and universal. At Castle Fine Art, we're extremely proud and honoured to bring to the forefront of the contemporary art scene an artist who lay the foundations of an artistic movement which changed the face of the earth forever. If there is one word that sums up the USA in the 1960s, it's revolution. It was a decade of change, in which pop art exploded, and with it, the art world changed forever. James Francis Gill, a Texan-born architectural designer, moved to Los Angeles to pursue his dream of becoming an artist. In a matter of weeks, he caught the eye of one of the most respected art dealers in California and the West Coast, the legendary Felix Landau.
So I asked, well, what's the best gallery in the LA area right here? And for me, they said Felix Landau Gallery. You know, it's got the Austrian artist Sheila and things like that. I decided, okay, I'll go there. Had my friends drive me down and went in and took my paintings and put them up against the wall because there was a show going on. So I just put my paintings down, started looking at the show. Then I heard a voice say, "Whose paintings are these?" And I thought, oops, you know, and I said, "They're mine." And he said, "Oh, interesting, come into my office." So I remember, okay, you know, I went into the office and he said, "Yeah, those paintings are pretty interesting. Tell me about yourself." So I told him, well, I just arrived in LA a couple of days ago. I'm from Texas. And he said, well, tell me about it. I said, well, I was born in Tahoka, Texas. And I remember him saying, Tahoka, Texas? No one was born in Tahoka, Texas. But anyway, he said, well, I really like what you have here. And he said, I'll tell you what, I will set you up for a month. You paint, and if I like it, I'll take you on as an artist.
At the time, Life magazine was on Gill's coffee table, featuring an article about Marilyn, which included many photographs of her. This article served as the inspiration for his iconic artwork, Marilyn Triptych.
So the Marilyn on the left side of the triptych was kind of like Francis Bacon. Now what had happened is when I went in Felix gallery, he had a bunch of Francis Bacon paintings. And that kind of, you know, right there, it really kind of impressed me. And so that's the way that first one came about. Her on a sofa, and behind her was 3 images. I just like the multiple faces, and I don't, you know, it's hard to explain where things come from. But so that was kind of my first idea. And so I just kind of developed this. And when I was thinking about her life and seeing all the different photographs of her, I just thought, the way she was a certain way, right at the beginning, that like that. And the second one was kind of she started making the musicals and things, and she was much more sophisticated or whatever, and that's how that one came about. The nude had to do with, it wasn't a sexy image. That was her, at the end of her life, her whole life was kind of bared. Everyone was able to see what she was like inside in a way. She was vulnerable, kind of. So that image, that last one, was it's kind of a sad image. It was just kind of a storyline. Storyline with the 3, storyline with the 9. And that triptych is pretty incredible. That triptych was right before the whole pop art, the explosion of museums. I mean, the Museum of Modern Art at that time was a big deal, like they said. So, that's kind of a special, the triptych.
Gill's artwork stood apart from other depictions of Marilyn because of its complexity and depth, which was noticed by his art dealer, Felix Landau. Mesmerised by the work, Landau brought the triptych to his business partner and gallery owner, Charles Allen. Allen quickly planned Gill's first exhibition in New York in December 1962, which ran along the same time as Andy Warhol's first solo exhibition in New York also. Their artworks were exhibited half a mile away from one another. The public release of Marilyn Triptych would become a momentous career moment for James Francis Gill, signalling his breakthrough into the art world when it was immediately purchased and placed into the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art, New York.
I was from San Angelo, Texas. All of a sudden I have a show in New York. And then the show went on and I got a call. Well, the Museum of Modern Art has bought the Marilyn Triptych and one of the women in cars. So it was all just crazy, And then right after that, Life magazine had a full-page spread of one of the triptychs. And then all of a sudden I was getting invited to movie stars' homes. So it was kind of fast-tracking the whole art thing. But it was incredible and met a lot of people, and it's just a wonderful time.
At Castle Fine Art, we are proud to reveal the incredibly rare limited edition release of Gill's beloved Marilyn Triptych, presented by Premium Modern Art in collaboration with the Museum of Modern Art, New York. The artwork is beautifully printed using the traditional silkscreen method, where each individual colour is hand-pulled, layering colour upon colour, creating the final image. Each edition has been authenticated by the Museum of Modern Art, New York, and hand-signed by James Francis Gill himself. After the success of Gill's Marilyn Triptych, his creative curiosity led him deep into the life of Marilyn, and he became drawn to her iconic status as a theme. As we know, one of Gill's earliest collections of artworks was Women in Cars, from which an early iteration was collected by the Museum of Modern Art alongside the Marilyn Triptych. When Gill came across a series of black and white photographs of Marilyn leaving a car outside her home in Hollywood, he was inspired to create this iconic image in his bold colour composition.
Then I was doing a show of women in cars. And I thought, I need to find a great shot of Marilyn in a car and do that. That wasn't easy. And it was before all of the stuff on the internet where you have thousands of pictures, you know. The ones that I did of this Marilyn in car, there was 3 shots of her at that particular time. There was one where you kind of see the back of her coming out of the car, and another one like an outside view when she's actually out of the car. But this one turned out really good because she was looking out, you know, it's like similar to the way I did them. A little different, which gave it a kind of its own personality. And also it wasn't Marilyn with makeup. It was just Marilyn getting out of her car. Kind of put her out of the movies into a real person, and I kind of like that.
In partnership with Premium Modern Art, we are thrilled to announce the exclusive release of Marilyn Leaving, a hand-signed limited edition silkscreen of the much-loved original artwork motif. The Marilyn Leaving artwork combines major themes of Gill's life's work, his iconography of Marilyn Monroe and his fascination with the role of the media in her unhappiness, a deeply personal theme of his own life also. The artwork is modern and accomplished and remains true to his legendary pop art style. The Castle Fine Art exclusive of Marilyn Leaving has been reimagined in vibrant and colourful pink tones as a reminder of Marilyn's youthful spirit and joyfulness, which shone even through times of adversity.
Last year, I had a show in the UK, and it was delightful. And I think that was the first time that people had seen some of my work, and met some really nice people. They loved the show. So it was really nice to be able to do a special edition for the UK. Women in Cars, Marilyn. Let's put them together.
Both artworks are available now. For more information on the new releases or James Francis Gill's acclaimed original artworks, please get in touch with your local gallery based in the UK or chat to one of our online art consultants at castlefineart.com.